Politicians have been involved in scandals since early Roman times. Scandals are as much a part of politics as any party platform is. Nixon with Watergate, Clinton with Monica Lewinsky, Elliot Spitzer and some high-end escorts. The list can go on, and these are just politicians who screwed up in a way that doesn't even involve the internet. When we include the idiots of the internet, names such as Anthony Weiner and Mark Foley surface. Why does the internet add more variety to the group of scandalous politicians? Because the internet has various mediums where people can either communicate with other people directly or just share their thoughts for people to view. People use websites like Twitter, Facebook, Craigslist, and instant messaging websites. On these websites, people can be very stupid. It's not just politicians. Idiotic tweets are sent out every day by the average person, by celebrities, and by politicians. So why is it that politicians feel emotionless? Well, they're in a position of power, and people have to vote for them. Their easily accessible online actions shape public opinion towards them, and can sway a career from being on the rise to landing in the gutter. Let's start with a pretty tame and simple example of this happening. Chris Lee, a married New York congressman, took to Craigslist in order to communicate with a Maryland woman. He used a fake name, and they proceeded to flirt, and he sent shirtless flexing photos to this woman. She finally realized what his real name was and who he actually was, and ended the internet relationship. She proceeded to send the conversation to the online website Gawker.com, and the story broke. He then resigned from his elected position. Another example of this happening is in the case of Anthony Weiner, also known as Carlos Danger, who was involved in a situation known as Weinergate. Weiner is a former New York State congressman and a mayoral candidate for New York City. Via Twitter, Weiner engaged in personal messaging with another woman, which included lewd photos and sexting. Did I mention Weiner's married? Well, this whole incident did not fare well for Weiner once it broke in the headlines. It was all over the front page of big-name papers for weeks. This wasn't the end for Weiner. Weiner decided to give it another try and ran for the mayor of New York City. This didn't work out too well for him. People were comparing him to Elliot Spitzer and calling them both degenerates. In the end, Weiner lost the race for mayor. Another example of this happening is with Mark Foley, an ex-congressman from Florida who had a very inappropriate instant messaging exchange on multiple congressional pages, all high school age. Most of these instant messages were sexual in nature, and eventually the transcript got out. Once the transcript got out, it was very detrimental for both Foley and all the Republicans. Following this event, Foley resigned from Congress. On the internet, it's not always a sex scandal. Sometimes it's an ill-thought-out tweet. One example of this would be in the case of a senator who went on a secret trip to Baghdad, yet he tweeted about landing there. Another example would be a man running for Congress who tweeted about an early win. He ended up losing. Or your facts might just not be straight, as in the fact of the New York Democrat who thought that Lincoln was the 14th president and tweeted about that. Or it's just a typo that makes a good tweet seem like it came from a pedophile. Or it could just be very insensitive, such as the tweet by McCain comparing the then Iranian president to monkeys. The internet can be a good thing for politicians too. It can help you get your name out there, and it can help raise money for campaigns. Put in the wrong hands, you can make a careless mistake, and you can destroy your career.